So, hello everybody. I'm Samantha Amit, and with me is Gavin Shaskolsky. Gavin is MD of GSI Coaching. He's also the co-founder and director of Virtual Coaching Partners. He's an ultra runner, a lover of nature, and a real family person. So, Gavin, welcome.
Great. Lovely to be with you again, Samantha.
So last time we spoke, we were talking about endurance, resilience, how we could uplift our character, be above the line as opposed to below the line. And you had a really good example that you hinted at around working with a client that I wanted you to share with us to take us really into something practical.
Yeah, so the other example is around, so just go back for a moment onto the quadrants, right? So above the line is humility and below the line is negative pride and ego, or pride and ego. So the difference between them. So here's the example. Think about recently where you've maybe read or heard someone say, I was so privileged to share the stage with drop big name, right? So in other words, I'm kind of like being falsely humble. I'm really trying to demonstrate that I'm like a super humble person. But actually what I'm saying is I'm really great, look at me, right? And that's the below the, that's how we know it. And the interesting
thing... That sounds
thing,
like approval seeking a little bit.
Yeah, so that, well, there's the approval seeking and then there's the pride parts. It's actually both the quadrants, I guess. And the research is really interesting because people would rather someone boasted, right? Like I would rather you said to me like, I'm the best coach in the world rather than like, I was so privileged to share the stage with X, Y, and Z, and they're the greatest coaches, and therefore, by extension, I'm the greatest coach. And so therefore, that's the below the line behavior. The above the line behavior is more just describing the fact that like, I really enjoyed being on the stage or doing this, or I really enjoyed the interview with this person, because then I'm not needing to add something to prop myself up or to show you that I'm great. I'm just sharing the joy or sharing the experience or the achievement that me and all my team have been involved in. And so it's a really useful difference to subtly understand. And again, the research just demonstrates that rather just be authentic, which is another key behavior in the humility column, rather than trying to find a really suave, subtle way of saying, look how cool I am, look how great I am.
You know, what's coming up for me as you're speaking is that when we're above the line, there's a sense of confidence that you have with you that just feels good. And when we're below the line, you have to work so hard to, you know, you're protecting yourself, you are promoting yourself, and you work hard at that. And the energy doesn't flow so well. And
So I mean, I think the difference I would describe is above the line is there's an ease in being who I am, and below the line it's like the duck scrambling underwater to kind of keep up. And
Prove yourself. Hey, look who I was with. Where, as you said, when there's a humble, authentic approach, it's almost like you want to inspire the other person by name dropping, not because you want to say, look at me, I was with that person, but more is that maybe you can also be like this person and to inspire somebody by what you're telling them rather than promoting yourself, right?
Yeah, and I think what we touched on last time, which I know we both also share, is being able to pick up in our physiology the difference in the impulse that is like trying to show or demonstrate something versus just showing up as who I am. And one of the great things about how our world is changing at the moment is it's like dismantling the me as a professional person and me as a person outside of work. And so we invite him into people's homes and working with them. And so it brings a deeper connection and more kind of shared humanity and vulnerability. And actually that's where we lead most effectively from. I can think of two leaders right now that I have some indirect engagement with. One is Satya Nadella, who's the CEO of Microsoft. And I have indirect engagement because of the people that he leads. And I've heard hundreds of people literally speak about him in a positive, authentic way. And the other that I don't have a direct engagement with, but the CEO of LinkedIn who's just stepped down, Jeff Weiner, is also an amazing demonstration of this humility, this transparent, vulnerable, human leader who, as a result, inspires people to follow, because they just, I mean, they've done the hard yards to get to where they are, but they're being who they are. And that's an incredible gift to the people that we lead. The comfort within ourselves, the ease above the line, to just show up as Samantha, as Gavin, and be prepared to be that person. Warts and all, right? Because there's stuff that also isn't always great there, but it's okay. I need to own that in myself.
So for the listeners out there, Gavin and I have been discussing, this is our second video, around a model that we both appreciate very much. Gavin uses it widely. The model's called heartstyles. You can Google heartstyles.com. It's around how you can be more effective as a leader, go above the line as opposed to being below the line. And it is, I find it is very useful to use a model to check where you are, to get some kind of indication in the moment, where can you work, because all of us have got work to do on ourselves. And so both of us, Gavin and I think I can speak for Gavin, we want to thank you. Gavin also has a series that he's doing at the moment. You can get a lot of value out of that. And Gavin, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thanks, Samantha. I've really enjoyed our conversation. Appreciate you reaching out and inviting me. And yeah, I look forward to our next conversations, whether they're virtual or just us connecting offline, which we do from time to time. Thank you very much. It's been really cool.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.